our lead story of the day is regarding an NHL player refusing to wear a gay pride jersey, which has caused the left to completely lose their minds over it. And we got the clips to prove it. Support us by hitting that like and subscribe button, leaving us a short, sweet comment down below. If you're unsure what to write us something as simple as good morning. Your help and support would be greatly appreciated. Well, I played ice hockey for over 25 years. I played in Canada. I played college all across the United States. I still referee ice hockey to this day as a second job. So I'm very in tune with what's the culture like, what goes on behind the scenes, on and off the ice, all sorts of stuff. So we have a Flyers player here that's being questioned about why he didn't wear this gay pride jersey, and here's his response.
Everybody, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say. Like I said, that's all I'm going to comment on that. If you have any hockey questions, I would answer those.
Can you just clarify what please clarify your religion?
Russian Orthodox.
So with the game tonight, Ivan, obviously
So simple. It goes against his religion. Said and done. Like, move on. There's no story here, you guys. He's not trying to be like Colin Kaepernick and gain the spotlight and all these things. If he were, he would continue with it, right? He's not trying to do that. He wants to be left alone. Goes against his religion. You move on. Well, it wasn't just him being questioned on this. So was head coach John Tortorella, who's a no BS type of guy. And here's his response by the press.
John, turning away from the game for a second. Ivan Provorov wasn't in warm-ups before the game. There was a report that he wasn't in warm-ups because he didn't want to wear the Pride jersey for Pride Night. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I think the organization has sent out a release regarding the organization, the beliefs that we have and how we feel about it, and really a great night. With Provi, he's being true to himself and to his religion. This has to do with his belief in his religion. And it's one thing I respect about Provi. He's always true to himself. And so that's where we're at with that.
Was there any consideration on your part when he chose not to wear the jersey to not play him as a result?
No. I'm not going to answer many more questions on it because I just think it's unfair. I know you're going to probably talk to Provi, but yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I think it was a great night in celebrating. Organization has put out a statement, and I'm not going to get too deep into the conversation. Those are the comments as far as Provi. We talked as a team.
So they talked as a team, and they handled it behind the scenes. It wasn't like they were pushing this out in the open, you guys. This is the press and the left making something that isn't a big deal a big deal. And that's how it works with them, right? If you're not going to go with their narrative, then they're basically going to shame you in the spotlight, and they're going to do everything they possibly can to ruin your life. And that's what we're seeing happening in the NHL. They started with the trans stuff, and now they're pushing this LGBTQ gay pride stuff in there. And what's going to be next, like they have in basketball and football, which originally wasn't in hockey. So now you got it being pushed here by the NHL network, you guys. I can't tell you enough how odd and weird it is that the NHL network and the NHL just in general is pushing this LGBTQ progressive left ideology stuff all of a sudden. Like, the base of hockey is not into that whatsoever. Like, not even close. But very similar to just all these other networks, they're just going to push it here. And listen to this knucklehead and what he has to say about the whole thing.
And Ivan Provorov can get on a plane any day he wants and go back to a place where he feels more comfortable, take less money, and get on with his life that way, if it's that problematic for him. And he's been in North America for a long time. He played in the Western Hockey League. He's now been in Philadelphia for many years. If this is that much of a problem for him to maybe assimilate into his group of teammates and in the community and here in this country, that's okay. Listen, you can feel any way you want. But the beauty is, if it bothers you that much, there's always a chance to leave, go back where you feel more comfortable. I understand there's a conflict of sorts going on over there. Maybe get involved. So
it's amazing, you guys. There's a couple points here before we move on to the next clip of the leftist outrage. This is supposed to be an all-inclusive group, right? They're supposed to be welcoming. But what you find time and time again is if you go against their narrative, if you don't believe in what they believe in, they will force you to do whatever needs to be done so that you do what they tell you to do or what they believe in. So prime example is the cake shop, right? He didn't want to bake a gay or lesbian couple's cake for their wedding or whatever. and it goes against his religion. And so it got a whole blow up about this whole thing. Rather than just finding a different place to bake a cake or bake your own damn cake, now he has to be forced to bake it. This guy here has to be forced to wear a gay pride jersey even though it goes against his religion. Which is amazing because you got to love the idea that that knucklehead there going, oh, well, you got to assimilate into the culture or whatever it is. If you've been following immigration politics for, I don't know, like the last 20 years, you would know that the progressive left doesn't like the word assimilation. It's a dirty word. You can't use that anymore. The censoring police says that at least. And so the same people that want a multicultural society, that want to get rid of the Judeo-Christian values that basically has brought this country to what it is, wants to remove all of that for, again, a multicultural society, not a melting pot society. They are two different things, but they're going to continue to shove this stuff down our throat any which way they can. And furthermore, it's amazing how they want to force this guy pretty much to wear a gay pride jersey. But then if you just take that logic into the corporate world and you have somebody that wants to wear a hijab, then rather than her allowing her or him to wear that hijab, I don't know, you can't misgender anybody anymore. So you wear the hijab, your employer can't tell you to take it off. They can't tell you what to do. But the progressive left wants to tell you what to do when it fits their narrative. But when it goes against their narrative, they're going to force you to fit into that narrative again. Hopefully that all makes sense. I know it's just as head spinning to you as it is to me. But now we have a journalist crying on air because this person wouldn't wear a freaking pride jersey. Here we go with the antics, the theater of it all, the theatrics.
Technically, Provorov also spoke to the media after the game and echoed what Tortorella said. So I didn't feel the need to run it. This happened in baseball last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. There were 5 members of the Tampa Bay Rays who wouldn't wear a patch supporting gay rights. Mm-hmm. And Major League Baseball didn't do much. It was a story for a little bit. John Tortorella, many years ago when, racial injustice, and it still is till this day, but when Colin Kaepernick first started kneeling during national anthem, said anyone who does that on my team is going to sit. And he has a son who's an Army Ranger. So it's not like Tortorella in the past hasn't spoken on sensitive issues. The theme from the National Hockey League is hockey is for everyone, okay? The theme is not hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't believe in gay rights, then do whatever you want. If the National Hockey League is going to do this, if any league is going to do this, do it properly or reevaluate what you're doing. Because there's not a lot of repercussions that I'm seeing from any league. Now, it could change with the NHL. I think you find the Flyers $1 million for this. I'm not kidding. Figure this out and stop offending people on nights where it's not about that. It's supposed to be about inclusivity. The National Hockey League.
You want to fine the guy $1 million because he didn't want to do something that went against his religious rights? I mean, or his faith at least? And now you want to basically force him to do something that, again, it goes against his faith? Do you see how far we've gone as a country here, you guys? This is why the left is literally trying to destroy this country from the inside out. Because they want to strip away your rights. That's so crazy to me. They're penalizing you for just following your faith.
League need to attack this and figure this out. Because what I heard last night was offensive and didn't make any sense. Because, for instance, if that was a military night, okay?
Right.
If anyone in Canada or in the States on a military appreciation night wouldn't wear a jersey pregame, do you have any idea the uproar that would have happened on that? Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea the backlash? Do you have any idea what happened on social media? It's
So don't do a military night. I'm fine with that. Again, I am super pro-military. Then don't do a military night. I'm 100% okay with that. Just, I'm there to watch hockey. That's all I'm there to watch. I don't need the military and the veteran stuff. I'm for doing the national anthem before the game. But look, I just want to watch a hockey game. I don't need the LGBTQ+. I don't need the military stuff in there. I don't need all this stuff. I am there just to watch a damn game. That's what sports is for. Historically, literally, that's what sports is for. To get away from the craziness of everything. But as I keep mentioning, the left want to shove this stuff down your throat, and they will force feed it to you guys. That's why they are so dangerous. They keep talking about the ultra MAGA, MAGA this, MAGA that. The progressive left are one of the most dangerous people in this country because they will make sure they put in policy that will force you to do things that go against the very rights that were established by our creator.
Ridiculous what would happen.
It was just a minute ago we were talking about the uproar that was happening with FIFA fever, where if you were seen with so much as a rainbow anywhere, you had to fear for your life, imprisonment, or death.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, and now here we are.
I just think the NHL has to do something here. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. Hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't agree with gay rights is not the phrasing of this. You're either in this or you're not. And one last point. Nothing scares me more than any human being who says, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs. Because when you looked in people's lives, you normally say that publicly, you'd throw up at what you saw. You would throw up at what you saw. And I have seen that a million times in a lot of different ways. So don't give me that. With respect. Don't give me that, because no one's perfect. All right? Don't feed me the religious beliefs line. And all of a sudden the NHL is going to back off this. The National Hockey League today needs to fine that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights. Because that is insulting. That is the #1 trending topic in Canada. That is insulting what happened in Philadelphia. And if the NHL is serious about this, they say they are. We'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see how serious they are today. But that whole thing was mishandled, and part of me couldn't believe it. Part of me could, considering how the NHL sometimes handles things.
And it's too important, and that's why you're continuing to talk about it.
Folks, the guy just didn't want to wear the jersey I think it was just during warm-ups. That's all it was. I don't even think they wore it the entire game. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But the guy was like, hey, it goes against my faith, so I'm just not going to wear it. He wasn't making a big uproar about it. I mean, literally, if some people might have never even just caught on, the guy wasn't even on the ice. It wasn't like they're making this whole grandstanding parade about the thing. The guy was like, look, it just went against my faith. I'll answer any hockey question. I just want to move on. It's not a big deal. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not being disrespectful to the community. I'm not being disrespectful to gay people or anything. It just goes against my faith. I just don't want to wear it. But this is what they're going to do. They're going to force you guys, that the left is the most dangerous people out there in this country by far. By far. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.